Hey guys, Tank Sauce back again for another video with you guys in this intro to futures course. And in this one, we're going to be going over correlated assets, right? So what are correlated assets? Let's move this over so we have this available. So correlated assets are two different assets, right? Or two different contracts that tend to move in correlation with each other, right? So the main first two that we're going to be going over is NQ, which is the Nasdaq, and ES, which is the S&P 500. These are two correlated assets. So that means that when the Nasdaq is coming down, right, the S&P or ES should also be coming down, okay? And that's what we want to see. We want to see them move in unison together, right? But when you're trading on these correlated assets, there are some things you want to look out for, and one of them is going to be divergences. And the divergences can also be referred to, if you look on your terminology sheet, as an SMT or a smart money tool or a smart money technique, right? So what do these divergences mean exactly? So when NQ and ES are correlated, say we have a level here on one or the other, it could be on one or the other, but we have a level here, and both of them reach the price, right? Now here on NQ or the NASDAQ, this low is formed, which is this low on ES. And the next time we came to make a low, NQ failed to take this low and make a lower low. It made a higher low, right? Well, ES did take that low and made a lower low. So when you have two correlated assets, an often tool we use to identify or confirm our price moves is that there's a crack in the correlation or a divergence. And right here on this 1 hour chart, there is a very clear divergence or crack in the correlation. So let's say we had a level right here, right at 513, and pretty sure we actually did. I think we had one at 505. There was a level. Price reached it, right? NQ made the low here. Well, ES, this was the lowest low. So when we see that at lows, we can oftentimes expect price to then reverse and continue up. So that is a good indication for us that price is going to continue up from there, right? So that is one of the ways that I use correlated assets in my trading. And there's a lot of different correlated assets in the market, right? NQES, YM, which is the Dow Jones, and RTY, which is the Russell, are all four correlated together, right? NQ and ES are the most closely correlated, which they can oftentimes be identical. And then YM and RTY come after that. But we use those in our trading, and you guys will see us trading NQ, ES, and RTY. Very rarely do we trade the Russell. I mean, NQES and YM will be trading, and very rarely do you see us trading the Russell. But those four assets correlate, right? So if we have correlated assets, right, we're also going to have inversely correlated assets, right? So this one is called DXY, or this is the dollar index, right? See if we hover over this, it should pop it up. There you go, the US dollar index. So while the US dollar index is going up and Q is coming down. That's what we want to see. So that's another correlation. However, these two are inversely correlated that you guys will hear us talking about. So you'll hear us reference Dixie or DXY. You may even hear someone reference the VIX when they're trading NQ. And that's because if NQ is moving up, we want to see the dollar or Dixie or DXY moving down. That helps us confirm. It can help us stay in our moves longer, and it can just help us determine where price is going, right? A lot of times you guys may see DXY is going to take a key level and reverses. At the same time, NQ is taking a key level and it reverses. So we'll want to see NQ reverse and go up while we see DXY reverse and come down, right? So it's not an identical inverse correlation, but you can see right here as this was happening, right? As this was coming up, NQ was coming down at these exact moments. At the very end of the day, they both ended up going upwards. Well, actually, NQ was coming down while DXY was right here, right? NQ was finished making that higher low, and then it started to come down from here, and NQ finished going up its last few hours. So that is what you guys will hear us talk about, SMTs, divergences, or cracks in correlations. It's when we're talking and using about correlated assets or inversely correlated assets. Some other ones that we have is CL. CL correlates with UK oil, RB1, and I think this is HO1. Yeah, there you go. They're also correlated assets and can be used in the same type of way, right? When one is doing one thing, and you can see their charts look pretty similar. A lot of times there will be not perfect correlation, but they're very similar. So you can use these in the same way for divergences. So that's what it means if you guys hear us talking about correlated assets, or you guys hear us talking about the crack in the correlation. These are the specific things that we are talking about, and it's a couple ways that you can use them. See you guys in the next video.